Okie doke. Good morning. It's Sunday morning here in Manhattan. Call this the Blue Room or something. Anyway, I wanted to talk briefly about the perils of being too simple. The perils of being too simple are that you will inevitably be told by wise people wiser than yourself, that you're being too simple. There are too many other things. In other words, we are in a vast competition, which really can be summarized in what I early, when I was living in Chicago, trying to negotiate the 1960s, I banged on the wall of my post boxes when I was entering my apartment at 2200 North Orchard or whatever, and yelled, "Too many truths. There are too many truths." And today, on the internet, people are going through this problem. Too many truths. But they are supported by a kind of philosophy that says, well, there's just an infinite number of truths and nothing makes any difference. I've just been watching Camille Paglia, who is somebody that I, dip into her thought from time to time, and she often makes the best of senses. But here's a good example: the perils of being too simple. She blurts out in a conversation with Jordan Peterson, a somewhat edgy fellow from Canada who's popular on YouTube and Patreon and whatever. In any case, Camille Paglia says, in a conversation with Jordan Peterson, she says, if I were designing the curriculum for all of education, I'd build it around the great religions. That's excellent. What she's basically saying is what Triadic Philosophy is trying in another way to do. And one of the perils of being too simple is that you inevitably, you don't simplify. Simplification is a silly term. What you do is you pinpoint, you pinpoint things. And the things to pinpoint are pinpointed, I believe, in Triadic Philosophy, which you can learn about by coming to this unknown niche on YouTube. But she's right. But the problem is that all of the religions don't quite cut it. In other words, you have to have some kind of organization to your global curriculum. I am putting out a global curriculum, and I call it Triadic Philosophy, and it's too simple, right? My ethics consist of three active terms: tolerance, democracy, helpfulness. These three things. Drawn from my experience of the 60s, Camille. I was there, and I agree with you about your criticisms about that, at least on the video that I saw this morning. There may be too many truths coming from you, and I don't necessarily agree with all of them, and you would never agree with all the things that I think. But we are all on the same boat. We're all going the same direction. And to the extent that you think a little bit like me, and you think a little bit like Camille, and you think a little bit like Jordan and people like that, you're a little closer. You're a little closer to what matters. In any case, you have to pinpoint things and learn to communicate them. That's really, for me, the name of the game. And that's what I figure you do on the internet. That's what I figure that Mr. Trump did to become president. You may agree with me that a good deal of evil gets done when you put this power of simplification into the hands of a few people who understand how it works, and then the rest of us just sort of sit around. We sit upon our hands, and we talk to one another and all this kind of thing. No, I don't believe in just talking to one another. I believe in acting, and I happen to think that acting is here on the internet, that it's possible that universal values, tolerance, helpfulness, and democracy are worth arguing for, and so forth and so on. Condense, pinpoint, and don't worry if people say you're being too simple, because no less a philosopher than C.S. Peirce reminded us that what we actually act on are called memorial maxims, and these are what come up for us when we are ready to act. Little phrases that we kept in our minds. Tweets. Anyway, have a good day. Bye-bye.